Welcome back to the show. Check out these headlines we have for you. ISO20022, postponed or live? We've got the answer for you. Deep Market Research Project says XRP is smack dab in the middle of SWIFT. We're going to talk about it. SWIFT hub and spoke, new technology, interoperability, and one technical analyst says XRP blast off in T-19 days. But will it be $1 plus, 27 bucks, or $220? Somebody roll that beautiful intro so we can find out.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow us on Twitter and YouTube for exclusive content. Right now, the crypto market is $1.3 trillion. The market is up 0.4%. Good morning, everyone. 34,000 plus for Bitcoin right now. Still up 19.6 on the 7-day, but off by 0.4 on the 24-hour. Ethereum now $1,811 and change. It's up 1.6 in the 24 and up 16.7 on the 7-day. Tether market cap is 83.5 billion plus right now. We see XRP at 55 cents right now, up 0.7 on the 24-hour and up 14.9 on the 7-day as well. Let's take a look at the flow on Fiat Link right here. We see the range between 55, 56 cents. We'll keep an eye on it. And you will want the TA at the end of this, that's for sure. Right now, we're talking about Link 2, ladies and gentlemen. Shares in Ripple are now available again on Link 2. Ripple operates RippleNet, the global blockchain-based payments network, by utilizing the XRP ledger to clear and settle cross-border payments in a fraction of the time it costs and costs required by legacy payment systems. All you have to do is click the link underneath the video, go sign up and register and get started. It's that simple. But I tell you, the only thing that you got to remember is that this private equity does not last long. It goes very, very quickly. In fact, they just replenished a day or so ago. It won't be long before it's gone. So if you want some Ripple private equity, you better make that move quickly. Link underneath the video to the sponsor. And here we see it, breaking. Sam Bankman-Fried, will testify in his own defense, his attorneys told court on Wednesday. Let me guess. He's going to say it wasn't his fault, right? Now that he's heard Caroline Ellison and everybody else he worked with go up there staring down the barrel of long prison sentences that they're looking at and said, oh yeah, Sam told us to do everything. He knew about it all, right? Now Sam's going to go up and try to do the opposite. This is bad. This is so bad. And as Jeremy Hogan puts it, his legal analysis, this is a Hail Mary right here. And it is not good, right? Hail Marys in court, and you don't have to be a lawyer to know this, right? Are not good, right? We do not want to have a Hail Mary defense. And then there's this person here. Elizabeth Warren is getting close to killing DeFi in the United States, trying to do it for the banks, who she's really, really supporting, right? This is who she really represents, right? Is the banking industry, because they're the ones that are scared of DeFi, because it is, in fact, the next iteration of finance and banking. Listen to this clip by Bankless right here.
Warren is actually trying to kill crypto. I think it's aggressive. I think it's coordinated. She's basically asking the IRS to speed up its crypto tax reporting rules. And these are some tax reporting rules that would be absolutely disastrous for DeFi in the United States. In particular, they make it such that all DeFi user interfaces, they would have IRS reporting obligations. Originally, IRS was going to deploy them over the next 2 years. And she says, we can't wait that long. It's incredibly alarming what's going on. That's not the only thing. She actually penned an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal titled "Cryptocurrency Feeds Hamas's Terrorism."
Wait, we just know that that's just false. You can see the lie on chain.
It's just opportunistically dishonest.
It sure is, and it is wrong. And in fact, John Deaton and Crypto Law have been challenging the person who actually shared that information, claiming it was legitimate. And there is a huge fight going on about that. And I hope John Deaton, John Deaton has offered to have the person who put that information up on
It's like
crypto
low-run
law.
politics.
On Crypto Law's show, and we will see if that is accepted or not. But as of now, it has not been accepted, the invitation. But hopefully it is, because that's the best way to clear the air here, right? But not according to Becky Quick, right, from CNBC, because, you know, you shouldn't be able to say things, right, unless you're actually the media. That's quite frightening. But this isn't. This is exciting, and it should be exciting to all of us. XRP Drop says here it's all about the interoperability. Ripple partner MFS Africa and the XRP ledger. We're still early in the timeline. The next step is interoperability between mobile wallets and cards. Chris Larson, we need to have money and value moving in the same way where every money network is interoperable with every other money or value network on the planet. And that is what is getting done with the help of MFS Africa. We absolutely love hearing that. And you're going to love this too. Oh, this was amazing right here. Take a look at this. Tokenization of real-world assets here by Mr. Mann. RWAs continue to grow. Your credit card, apparently, is one of those assets. This here from Tony O'Reed, who says, I added my credit union card to my ApplePay, and look what it says back. Skyla CU card tokenized. Come to this, and it says, your Skyla Visa Platinum ending in has been tokenized, and I know what you're thinking. What? Yup, it's true. You've been tokenized. So what does that mean exactly? Tokenization is the process of replacing your primary account number, known as your PAN, with a unique series of randomly generated numbers, aka the token. Tokens can be restricted for transactions with a specific mobile device, merchant, or transaction type, and are absolutely worthless if stolen, hacked, or intercepted, reducing the risk of fraud in digital channels. Netflix, Amazon, Uber, Lyft, Venmo, and iTunes are examples of merchants who will utilize tokenization. Your digital wallet, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and Samsung Pay does as well. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? All that's going on while Elizabeth Warren is creating a real fake front, well, which is not fake to the banking system, but while the banking and financial system move and make plays to be in place to be the leaders in this space, right? The real generators of utility in this space. That's what's happening. And here we see from Payment Infrastructure News, postponement of ISO20022 version change for SEPA, which is the European payment system, right? It says here, we thank SEPA payment scheme participants and CSMs, and it says, which were properly prepared for the migration, but the reachability, stability, and integrity of the SEPA payment schemes is our highest priority here. So that has been postponed until March of 24. So not that far away, right? So we will keep an eye on that happening. However, when it comes to ISO 20022 for SWIFT and not SEPA, right? It is now live, says SWIFT, and will make crypto payment crypto settlement feasible for financial sector, according to the Bank of International Settlements as of October this month, this year. And how about that, right? So this is really exciting stuff here. You can see all of this. You know, I don't need to, bring it up necessarily here, but nevertheless, this is all exciting to me. Shout out to Matthew Linai. That's an OG from way back. It should be 140,000. Why are we not following Matthew? What is happening, ladies and gentlemen? Let's give him a follow. And then here, Layer GG shows, and Layer GG is a deep research and market trend project here, bringing out the metrics, and they break this down and say SWIFT ISO 20022 related coins shows Chainlink, Ripple, Stellar, Quant, Hedera, IOTA, XTC, and Algorand. That's what they're showing, right? That's what their research has provided. If we get into this, on November 19th, the SWIFT standard for FinPlus MX release 2023 live is scheduled, and there is a high likelihood of updates related to ISO 20022 being announced during this release. Therefore, we have compiled a list of relevant tokens, which I've shared with you. And what is ISO? This is very quick, but you're going to want it. ISO 20022 standard is the next generation of SWIFT instructions and messaging. SWIFT community will be fully ISO 20022 compliant by November 2025 for cross-border payments and reporting services. So remember, as SWIFT has told us previous times, they are in a coexisting phase currently right now with the old payment rails sitting next to the new ones, which is kind of funny because ISO 20022 is a standard that's been around for more than a decade, but it's being used as a standardization to gravitate to wholly because they have integrated the ability to move digital assets along with that deep, rich messaging data. So let's continue. According to the SWIFT website, MX release timeline gives standards information linked to FinPlus, the SWIFT core store and forward message processing service. It will provide financial institutions with the necessary environment to exchange the richer 20022 format messages and MX messages on SwiftNet. Why should we focus on ISO 20022? SWIFT MX release 2023 November 19th. It says last year the Fed announced a timeline to adopt ISO 20022 by March 25. Last week, there was a G20 calls for the swift and coordinated implementation of the IMF crypto roadmap. Consequently, if cryptocurrencies are regulated, it's natural that SWIFT-related and ISO 20022 compliant coins will be used more than other coins. This is why we should pay attention to ISO 20022 coins in the future. And I think that is exactly right. We know that, obviously it is a bit of a slang to refer to tokens as ISO 20022 coins, but that is a slang to reference the deep explanation that we just went through. So I couldn't be more excited, honestly, to see these tokens have a chance to be used for the real case use utility, real-time use inside of the financial system. That is what I'm interested in here, right? I'm not interested in chasing pump and dumps, right? That's where we're at here. And this is Nick, who is from SWIFT, and he's going to break down to you exactly what's going on in the pilot that was conducted for interoperability and connectivity. I want you to listen very closely as he mentions mBridge, the MCBDC model from the BIS, which at least one of those pilots of mBridge is in fact the XRP ledger and XRP token. Take a listen.
And so the challenge we've set ourselves at SWIFT in this context is to try and make this all work together. In other words, to make this diverse set of CBDCs work together with themselves and alongside existing payment systems, which will undoubtedly continue to exist for many, many years to come. And how do you actually join that up so that if I'm Nick in the UK and I have a digital pound, I can actually pay Dirk, who's maybe in the Eurozone and doesn't have a digital euro, right? How do you actually make that work? So we address this in a few ways, and I won't get to the detail of this slide, but I think the key thing to take away here is we need to create interoperability. Interoperability between these different forms of money and interoperability between the different technologies that support them. We work on this in three different ways. One is to get involved in industry initiatives, such as something called the Regulated Liabilities Network, or RLN, that you may have seen literature about. The second is that we join with the BIS and key central banks to experiment where they value our presence. And the third is that we initiate our own sets of experimentation to try and drive forward the collective knowledge of the industry. And last year we demonstrated a new experimental solution to be able to do what we call interlink CBDC networks. So on this diagram you see two different CBDC networks and a conventional payment system linked together at a technical level. This solution, we believe, is potentially powerful because it can allow a high level of automation and straight-through processing of a payment, but also it is highly scalable because through connecting once to SWIFT's platform, that would enable that domestic CBDC to be used for cross-border payments with any other payment system that's already connected to SWIFT. This, if you're familiar with the literature, is a demonstration of what the BIS calls the MCBDC Model 2, or interlinking a model. And in that sense is kind of a hub and spoke.
Hub and spoke, the MCBDC model that I just told you about. How about this? Does this look like a hub and spoke to you? Well, I tell you, yeah, am I speculating? You're damn right I am. And so is this guy. But we want to hear what he's got to say. It's Crypto Insight UK. Shout out to him. XRP blast off in T-minus 19 days, he says. He says, I've seen a lot of people overlay the 2017 BTC fractal to the present day, and to be honest, it's following very closely. It suggests we are here, and this is what he shows us right here, and this is the BTC chart, right? But we know BTC has dominance over the crypto space right now because XRP utility is not the price driver. Speculation is at this point. That's one of the beautiful things about being here this early for me, is that we are here this early in order to look at that moment, that transition from a speculative driven market to actual utility. I cannot wait till utility is the price driver of XRP. So blast off possibly in T-minus 19 days, as he shows that Bitcoin chart here. He says if we look at where XRP was at the time, you can see that is that same window of that, and he's showing what you could see here, right, is a 241% increase. I'll take it, right? But then we have other predictions too. Agrad Crypto says mega bounce is inevitable, ladies and gentlemen. Like the $1.61827 in the previous bull run, it says Bitcoin skyrocketed 23 times, as you saw from Crypto Insight UK as well, and ETH went up a whopping 58 times. However, the XRP journey hit a roadblock when it was slapped with a lawsuit, putting a pause on the bull run. However, when XRP finally embarks on its next journey, it will release its stored energy, launching it into the cosmic expanse like a shooting star. I love this. A 40 times move is on the horizon. 40 times move, representing a staggering 4,000% gain, perfectly aligned with the Fibonacci 1.618 from 2017 peak to the 2020 bottom. That's why he tells us to stay steady. The cosmic forces are with us in this interstellar journey. Man, do I love that. I love it. Look, I'm here for it. You guys know that whether it's $27, $1 plus, or whether it's $220, I personally believe XRP can go 4 or 5 digits. I've done multiple videos about how I believe it can achieve that through actual use case utility and demand. Now, with that being said, none of us know, none of these technical analysts nor myself know where this is going to go, but I'm excited again, as I mentioned, that I'm here to find out, and I'm glad that we're here together. This is one hell of a ride, and I absolutely love it. So before I get out of here, I want to share this with you today. It's the Freedom Zone, ladies and gentlemen, and let me tell you something. Free speech is under attack. And let me tell you something else. The X platform, formerly Twitter, is not free speech, ladies and gentlemen. I can guarantee you that. Or we would not have seen the largest XRP influencer silenced without reason, without warning, and still not reinstated. It is an injustice. It has been wrongly done. And I tell you now that we have created the Freedom Zone for you, which you will get our everyday videos on YouTube with zero Google ads. You can join and get that and all the extra content that we're talking about, even outside of crypto. If you want to talk about all the things that you know censorship can be a part of, we're doing it inside of this group, and it is having a massive, massive response. Make sure you click the link and join for less than the cost of a cup of coffee a month, ladies and gentlemen, and let's make sure that censorship never gets in the way of our conversations again, and we can make sure that we always have a connection to stay in touch. I'll see you on the inside. It is going to be one hell of a video for you today. I'll see you then.